1965, Commander Jack Hunt propelled Embry-Riddle into a bold new era, relocating the university to Daytona Beach through Operation Bootstrap, with the vital support of local visionaries like the Cunningham and Brown families. By 1970, Hunt took the helm as Embry-Riddle's first president and launched a global campus network, extending the university's reach to every corner of the world. With a second campus in Prescott, Arizona, Embry-Riddle became a powerhouse of aviation education, nationwide, worldwide, unstoppable. 10 past and present astronauts, over 170 alumni reaching the rank of general or admiral, countless researchers, visionaries, dreamers, and leaders. Today, as we celebrate 100 years of flight, innovation, and discovery, Embry-Riddle is preparing tomorrow's forerunners, transforming technology, advancing safety, and reaching for the stars. Faculty and students work side by side, solving complex challenges, building the future of flight, and breaking barriers across disciplines. Embry-Riddle's 160,000 plus alumni are employed worldwide in the aviation and aerospace industry and beyond. Our founders gave wings to possibility. Now, together, we look to the next century with eyes on the horizon and dreams that reach beyond. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, where the future is limitless and the adventure for our Eagles is just beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional. The processional is led today by our mace bearer, Miss Anne-Marie Aide, Associate Professor of the Practice for the College of Arts and Sciences. Miss Aide is carrying the ceremony university mace. Now entering are the candidates for master, baccalaureate, and associate degrees. Now entering is the faculty. Now entering is the platform party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by Ms. Lindsay Kaminsky.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Kaminsky. Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jim Pepin. I am the Vice Chancellor for Student Success for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University worldwide. On behalf of the Platform Party and the faculty, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2026 commencement ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce our stage guest this morning. Please hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. Members of the Platform Party, please remain standing as I call your name. Ms. Anne-Marie Aid, Associate Professor of the Practice for the College of Arts and Sciences and today's Mace Bearer. Mr. Edward Trombley, III, Registrar. Reverend David Keck, Chaplain for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Dr. Alexander Schieslag, Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Bertina Marusek, Dean for the College of Aviation. And Dr. Manish Sharma, Dean for the College of Business. General John E. Hyten, United States Air Force retired, our commencement speaker. And Dr. John Wattret, Chancellor for Embry-Riddle Worldwide Campus. Thank you. Please be seated. I would also like to recognize a special guest joining us here this afternoon, Mrs. Laura Hyten, wife of our commencement speaker, General Hyten. Thank you. Graduates, the journey that brought you to this moment is not one you have done alone. The most honored guest here today, your families and friends who have supported your journey on this path, are celebrating you today. Graduates, please stand and acknowledge your families for their support. Thank you. Now, will everyone please rise for the invocation offered by Reverend David Keck.
Well, good morning. It is indeed a good morning. Y'all have been working for this day for a few years, working hard. Wonderful to gather with you and to celebrate and to acknowledge and respect all you've been doing. The invocation, we give thanks to God for all those who have made this day possible. At the end of the invocation, I will say, let all God's children say, invite you to respond, amen. Let's give thanks. Thank you, dear Lord. This is a day which you have made. We rejoice and are glad in it. God, we thank you for that friend who said, yeah, I'll help you with that problem. I'll help you work on that equation. We thank you for that family member who said, "Don't worry, you keep at your studies. I'll do the dishes tonight." We thank you for that staff member who just went back and finally figured out how to make the whole thing work. We thank you for the faculty member who challenged the student and said, "We both know you can do better." We thank you for the administration that provides a structure and guidance for making all this possible. We thank you for all those who've been at work in this day, all the family members who've given so much love especially. Above all, dear God, we thank you for the students here. You have made them in your image, and you have given them great minds and terrific hearts. You've equipped them to learn about your world and their place in it, and we ask you to bless them today, as you have blessed them for many years. Continue to guide them. Continue to show them your love, and continue to help them find their place as they go off and do some amazing things. And let all God's children say, Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Keck. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. John Watrett, Chancellor for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide Campus.
Good morning. Graduates, family, faculty, and honored guests, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my deep honor to open this commencement ceremony in our centennial year, an occasion that bridges our university's rich history and a bold new future. Welcome to the Embry-Riddle Worldwide graduation here in the ICI Center on our beautiful Daytona Beach campus. Graduates, on this momentous day, I congratulate you not only for completing your degree, but for demonstrated drive, determination, and mental fortitude that has brought you here this morning. Commencement is more than a personal achievement. This ceremony represents a moment to reflect upon the pioneers, visionaries, and trailblazers who shaped aviation and aerospace and whose footsteps you now follow. As we celebrate your accomplishments, we also celebrate the relentless pursuit of progress and the enduring spirit that have defined Embry-Riddle since its founding in 1926. Like you, 1 century ago, two ambitious individuals dreamed of achieving greatness, laying the groundwork for generations of aviators, innovators, and pioneers yet to come. T. Higbee Embry and John Paul Riddle recognized the boundless opportunities of aviation and aspired to create a bold new venture dedicated to opportunity, innovation, and service. From the earliest days of the Embry-Riddle Company to the Embry-Riddle School of Aviation, our institution seized upon the possibilities of the burgeoning aviation industry. When World War II erupted, Embry-Riddle supported the Allied war effort, training cadets as pilots, mechanics, and technicians. In the 1960s marked a new era for Embry-Riddle as U.S. Navy Commander Jack Hunt ushered in the transformative growth by moving operations from Miami to Daytona Beach. In 1970, our horizons expanded even further with the founding of the College of Continuing Education, which evolved into what we now know as the Worldwide Campus, where we are present online and at more than 110 locations across the globe. This legacy of aspiration reached new heights in 1978 with the establishment of our second residential campus in Prescott, Arizona, an enduring testament to our commitment to hands-on education and innovation. Today, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University stands as a beacon of excellence, empowering generations to soar beyond boundaries and redefine what is possible. Embodying the spirit of those who built our legacy, you too possess an unyielding drive to learn, to serve, and most importantly, to dream boldly. Earning a degree from Embry-Riddle is not easy. The demands on the students, whether studying aeronautics, business, engineering, or safety and security, are rigorous. Yet you persevered and you have been successful. Today, as you join the ranks of over 160,000 alumni worldwide, you become part of a global network bound not only by the excellence in aviation and aerospace, but by a shared commitment to innovation, progress, and lifelong learning. And you continue the journey that began 100 years ago, a journey that has seen Embry-Riddle become not only the world's premier aviation and aerospace institution, but the nation's leader in shaping the future of flight and space. Graduates, as you go forth on your life's journey during our centennial year, you are entrusted with the future of this legacy. You are forever Eagles, united in the purpose, determination, and the relentless pursuit of excellence, ready to shape the next century of innovation, discovery, and leadership in the skies and beyond. Congratulations, graduates. And now it's my great honor and privilege to introduce today's commencement speaker, a leader whose career exemplifies service, innovation, and unwavering dedication to our nation. Retired General John Hyten is the chairman of the Board of Directors for Space Foundation. He served as the 11th Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff after a distinguished 40-year career in the United States Air Force. Before retiring from the military, in November 2021, General Hyten's role as Vice Chairman made him the nation's second highest-ranking military officer, responsible for supporting and overseeing joint military requirements for nearly 1.5 million service members and their families. Previously, General Hyten led the United States Strategic Command from 2016 to 2019 and Air Force Space Command from 2014 to 2016, both being four-star posts. He deployed to Southwest Asia as the Director of Space Forces for the Operations Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom, and has received numerous awards from the Defense Department for distinguished service. He attended Harvard University on an Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps scholarship, graduating with a bachelor's degree in engineering and applied sciences. He also holds his Master's of Business Administration from Auburn University at Montgomery and an honorary Juris Doctorate from the University of Nebraska at Omaha. He is a distinguished graduate from the Squadron Officer School as well as Air Command and Staff College. He is also a National Defense Fellow at the University of Illinois. Please join me in welcoming a highly accomplished and esteemed commencement speaker, General John Hyten. General.
So, Chancellor Watrett, distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the graduating class of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, good morning. Good morning. That's pretty good. That's actually not too bad. I was sitting up here looking at you guys, and it's like looking at a bunch of stone statues. And all of a sudden, it's alive. I actually see smiles. That's good. You should relax. This is a good day. This is a really good day. You made it. Absolutely. So speaking in public, just so you know, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm an introvert by nature. My favorite thing to do is to just hang around with my wife. There's nothing better than just hanging around my house with my wife. But I've learned over the years that I really enjoy these kind of events. And I enjoy these kind of events, well, because they're not about me, they're about you. But in order to focus on you today, I'm going to tell some of my stories. And the first one I'm going to tell happened when I made four-star general. And I have no business being a four-star general. It was impossible. I was not a pilot. How do you make general in the Air Force if you're not a pilot? That's ridiculous. There was no way I could make 1 star, much less 2, 3, and 4 stars. There's no way I could be a 4-star for 8 years. It's impossible, except it happened. So I made 4 stars 12 years ago, and that was a good day. It was really a fun day. It was a day smaller than this, but kind of like this. I had to give a speech. My family was here. It was all good. But it's funny. Every time you reach a moment all of a sudden you go back to being the new guy. Because the day before I was the 4-star, I was the senior 3-star, and the day I became a 4-star, I became the junior 4-star. I went from the head of the table back to the end of the table again. And it's kind of strange how those things work, because shortly after that, I was at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, right outside Las Vegas, and I'm there with all of the Air Force 4-stars. Now, I'm the new guy, right? So we're all sitting on the stage, we're all lined up like this, and there's like 11 of us in a row, and guess who's down at the very end? It's me. I'm sitting down at the very end, and you know, I'm the new guy, so I was not asked to speak. I was basically decoration, and you don't have to look real hard at me to realize I'm not really good at that. But I'm sitting there as decoration, and I'm proud to be there, don't get me wrong. It's a great honor to be a 4-star general, but I don't have anything to do except sit there and look out. But another friend of mine, a senior guy, a friend of mine for a long time, one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, he was asked to stand up and speak on behalf of all of us. And he stood up to speak, and he actually looked out, and in that audience there was no family and friends, but it was a very similar size to this, about 400 young officers. Relatively young, mostly captains and majors, and they were going to the weapons school at Nellis Air Force Base. And this friend of mine, he stood up and he asked those young officers to look closely at every one of us on the stage, and then he paused for a second and he asked us to look across. Look at the same thing at the people behind me. He pointed out that every one of us on that stage was different, but that each of us on that stage, each 4-star in the Air Force, along with every other 4-star general who ever served in the Air Force or anywhere in the military, had 2 and only 2 things in common. Number 1, we're all circling the drain, which means we're old and we're about done. And then he said, but you know what? The second thing is we all wish we were you, because we wish we could go back and start it again and do the whole thing, because it's an amazing ride. So I look out at your faces. I look out the faces in this crowd. I see the same thing, and I have that same feeling, maybe even more so. Today, I'm even closer to the finish line than I am to the start line, that's for sure. But it's the opposite for almost all of you. And goodness knows, I wish I were you. I wish I could go back and do it all again, because life is a heck of a ride. Enjoy every minute of it. There's going to be good days and bad days, but everything's up to you now. That's the cool part of today. People often look at today as the end of something, the end of your college experience, the end of this period of your life, the end of a number of different things, and that's technically true, but it's actually the beginning of everything. You get to decide what to do now. Some of you already have a plan. Some of you still have no idea. But in each and every case, it's up to you. You chose to attend a great university. You chose to make yourself better. You succeeded while you were here, otherwise you wouldn't be in this room today. You studied aviation or aerospace engineering or space or business or arts and sciences, a wide spectrum of diverse studies, but all focused on areas, domains, and missions where you will be in demand in this world today. So take advantage of that as you seek your path and find your way. Don't let the world tell you no. Find your own way. But here's something I've worried about for the better part of the last decade, and I want to share it with you now because you're about to walk into industries and places and organizations where this is going to matter. My concern is that we have lost the ability to go fast. In this country, in this era where we built bureaucracies that are extremely slow to react, we have processes layered on top of processes, approvals stacked on top of approvals, and by the time we get through them, the world's already moved on. So let me put it in historical perspective for you. In the early 1960s, President John F. Kennedy stood up and said, we're going to put a man on the moon by the end of the decade. That seemed insane at the time. We had been in space at that moment for a total of 3 weeks. And now he said, we're going to put a man on the moon. We had no idea how to get to the moon. But I grew up in Huntsville, Alabama, and the people of Huntsville, Alabama, my people, and the thousands of engineers and scientists from all over the country, they went to work. And the Saturn 1B had its first successful flight in 1966, and then the tragedy of Apollo 1 in January 1967. But then the Saturn V, a completely different rocket from the Saturn 1B, put Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the surface of the moon in July of 1969, 2.5 years after the failure of Apollo 1 on the Saturn 1B. It was 8 years from nothing to on the moon. You know what the aviation industry knows that a lot of industries have forgotten? You know what Embry-Riddle trains you to understand at an instinctive level? Speed is not optional. Urgency is not optional. In the air, in space, in any dynamic environment, hesitation is the enemy. The pilot who freezes does not survive. The engineer who won't iterate doesn't build the airplane that flies. The organization that can't adapt will not last. My challenge is you to carry that instinct, that aviation instinct, that aerospace engineering mindset into every room you ever walk into. When somebody tells you, hey, we've always done it that way, that's your signal. When somebody says, we need more approvals, that's your test. When somebody says, the process doesn't allow that, that's your opportunity. The world is moving so fast right now. The domains we operate in, air, space, cyber, they're changing faster than any doctrine or regulation or policy can keep up with. When I was in command, one of the things I discovered is the day you publish a new joint doctrine for space operations, for example, it's already out of date because the domain changes every single day. The people who are going to shape the future of aerospace, the people who will build the next generation of aircraft, the next generation of satellites, the next generation of rockets, capabilities we haven't even thought of or named yet. These people are not going to be the ones who wait for perfect information or perfect conditions. They're going to be the ones who take calculated risks, iterate, learn, and move. That's you. That's this class. Don't let anybody slow you down. But I tell you what, at some point it's going to happen. At some point you're going to run into somebody that says you can't do it. And somebody's going to be in a position and they're going to be your boss and they're saying, we're not going to go fast. And when it happens to you, just don't be discouraged. Just keep pressing. Find a way. I tell you, the general I was most in trouble with my entire career, who I was in his office being screamed at multiple times a day in some cases, he's the guy that promoted me to 1, 2, and 3. And if the chief of staff of the Air Force doesn't have the responsibility to promote you to 4-star, he'd have promoted me to 4-star too, because he's the one that made me a 4-star. And you know what I was always in trouble with him about? You're going too fast. I'm the commander, not you. You're going too fast. But guess what? He promoted me to 1, 2, 3, 4-star general. But he was mad at me so often. It's crazy. So you have to be able to willing to take a risk. You have to understand where you're going. You have to be right in the decisions that you make. And there's so many things happening in this world. And one of them I'm involved with today, and I was told by multiple people, including my daughter and son-in-law, do not bring this up in your commencement address. So I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence. And I tell you what, if you've read the newspaper lately, that has not gone well across the country when commencement speakers stand up and talk about artificial intelligence. But it's part of the world now. It's part of our future, whether we like it or not. So let me give you something to think about there, too. And so let me go back to President Kennedy. And I'm going to quote him, because he gave this very famous speech at Rice University in 1962. I recommend you to go find it, listen to it, read it. It's the one where he said, we choose to go to the moon not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Right? It was the speech that rallied the nation to put a man on the moon. It rallied the nation to win the space race. He made also in that speech a critically important statement that is often lost in history. And so let me quote it the way it was first written, and then the way he changed it the last minute. And you could actually, in the Visitor Center of the United States Senate, you can actually see his handwritten change in this document. So here's the way it was drafted. Space science, like nuclear science, has no conscience of its own. Whether it'll become a force of good or ill depends on man. And only if the United States occupies a position of preeminence can we help decide whether this new ocean will be a sea of peace or a new terrifying theater of war. But when he delivered it, he changed it. And he added words that are unbelievably prescient and important today. He changed it to space science, like nuclear science, and all technology has no conscience of its own. And all technology. That's what he wrote into the speech. With those three words, he clearly defined the challenges we face today. He defined the challenges we have in AI. He defined the challenges we have in quantum. And any other new technology you conceive, that's what he talked about. It has no conscience of its own. And in AI and in quantum, we must lead the world. According to the FBI, China has more hackers and AI researchers in their country than all the rest of the world combined. And when you think about the potential for AI and the ethics of AI, I don't want it to be defined and realized by China. And only if the United States occupies a position of preeminence can we hope to control our own destiny. So it's up to us, it's up to you, it's up to humans, it's up to everyone in this room and everyone in this country to define the future of AI. So we better run towards that challenge and not run away from it. And this is only going to be one of the challenges you face, and you better be prepared to deal with it. But I got two pieces of advice for you. First, you probably already know this. Some of you have had more experience than others as you've gone through life. But let me just tell you, the world can be a very difficult place. The world can take almost anything away from you. And in almost all cases, that's true. But there's one thing that the world can't take from you, that's your integrity. Only you can choose to give that up. Never let that happen, ever. There'll almost certainly come a time in your life where somebody's going to ask you to violate your integrity for money, for expedience, for any number of reasons. And it might be the easy thing to do, and it may seem like nothing, but you need to know it's everything. So don't let it happen. Tell the truth. Do the right thing. And remember, if you ever lose your integrity, you can never fully get it back. But if people trust you, they will let you run, and that's where great things happen. Those without integrity can't be trusted and will always lose, although sometimes it takes a long time. But it's funny, the truth always comes out, and the truth always wins. Second, one of the most valuable things you have in life and you have in this world is time. So don't waste it. Use it. But that doesn't mean you have to work all the time. Sometimes working 18 to 20 hours a day is actually needed. But those days are rare. And when they do happen, make sure it's for a good reason and it's important. And if it's important to you, when those things happen, you'll go to work and you go to work with a gusto and you'll get through those 18, 20-hour days and you'll just be fine. And when you love your job like that, that day just becomes another challenge you got to get through. But on those days where the demands of work aren't severe, take time for yourself. I used to joke that sleep was overrated. But after some of the jobs I've had, I will never make that joke again. Sleep is a wonderful thing. Enjoy it. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy your family. Spend time with friends. Enjoy this amazing country. Go to the gym. Take care of yourself. Read a good book. I like to alternate between fiction and nonfiction. Nonfiction teaches me, I learn from it. But fiction stimulates my imagination. And the most unique and innovative ideas I've ever come with usually come during those times where I'm not working, where I'm reading fiction, where I'm escaping. But realize that time is a gift, and it's extraordinarily valuable. Use it wisely. Don't waste it. And I'm going to close with one thing more about where I came from and why it matters at this moment. So I grew up in Huntsville, Alabama, looking up at the sky, looking up at the stars. My father worked on the Saturn V, the rocket that went to the moon. I went to schools named for the astronauts who gave everything for the dream of exploration. I wanted to be one of them. But I didn't make it to space. But I did spend the better part of my 40-year career making sure that the people and the systems and the capabilities that operate in space could do so safely, effectively, in a way that preserves the domain for every future generation. so kids like me in the 60s can still look up at space, see the stars, and dream. So here's what I believe. Space is special, there's no doubt, but in many ways it's no different than any other domain. It's a warfighting domain, an operational domain, a scientific domain, a commercial domain. It's a place where human beings do work, and it needs to be treated like any other environment where human beings go to work, with rigor, with discipline, with clear thinking, with urgency, and respect for the fact that the margin of error is vanishingly small. The same is true for the air. Every one of you has chosen a profession that operates in environments where the laws of physics are not optional, where the consequences of inattention are severe, where excellence is not a preference but a requirement. The sky does not forgive sloppiness, and space does not negotiate with carelessness. These environments demand everything you have and a little more, and it's true in whatever path you take in life. And yet, and I want you to feel this as you walk off the stage today, there is nothing more extraordinary in the human story than the fact that we figured out how to go there anyway. Look at what the people of this generation, your generation, have done in aviation and space. Commercial companies are launching and landing rockets with a regularity that would seem like science fiction when I was your age. We're putting more capability in orbit in a single year than we used to in a decade. Human beings are living and working in space as a matter of routine. The aviation industry is on the verge of fundamental changes in propulsion and automation and design, and it's going to reshape how the entire world moves, and you're walking into that world. You helped build some of the world in your time here at Embry-Riddle, and in the years ahead, you're going to build more of it. So look up. Don't forget to look up. Keep looking up. Let yourself dream about what comes next. Engineers like my dad didn't design and build Apollo because they were cautious. They were ambitious people who backed their dreams with slide rules and math and sleepless nights and hard work and a refusal to quit when it got hard. You have the same obligation to the future that they did. And I want you to hear me clearly on this one because I mean every word of it. I have traveled this country. I have been to missile bases in North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming. I've been aboard nuclear submarines in the Atlantic and the Pacific. I have walked through Space Operations Center in Colorado, in California, in Florida. I have been to cyber units and intelligence center in every corner of this enormous enterprise we call American national security. And I've been to war. And every single time I walk into one of those places and I look at the young men and women doing the work, I have the same experience and the same feeling. I look around and think, these are the best people in America, the best in the world. These are the people who understand what it means to strive towards something larger than themselves. These are the people who show up. So you showed up. You studied one of the most rigorous aviation and aerospace universities in the world. You showed up, you did the work, and you earned what you're about to receive. The world out there is going to test you. It's going to tell you things things are too hard or too expensive or too risky. It's going to offer you bureaucratic inertia when you want to move fast, comfortable mediocrity when you're reaching for excellence, and familiar paths when the mission demands a new one. And when that happens, I want you to remember one thing. You were trained to operate in environments where there's no room for error, where the instrument panel tells you the truth even when you don't want to hear it, where the physics are non-negotiable. The training is just not for the cockpit of the lab or the mission control center. That training has been for your life. So be precise, be disciplined, be honest, especially when honesty is uncomfortable. Take calculated risks, but never gamble with what matters most. Know what your priorities are. Operate inside those priorities with confidence. And when the situations demand, pick up the phone and call somebody. Don't be embarrassed to make the call and ask for help. But this is your time. So congratulations to the 2026 class of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Your country is proud of you, your families are proud of you, everybody in this room is proud of you, and I'm proud of you as well. Now go build something, and go fast. Thank you.
Thank you, General Hayton, and those words of a great inspiration for us all and great advice for us all. And so as a token of appreciation, I'd like to present you with the Distinguished Speakers Award.
Thank you very much.
This morning, there are two groups of individuals we'd like to recognize. The first is those that helped shape you, graduates. They provided you knowledge, and they provided you wisdom. There are over 100 faculty members in the room with you this morning. The second group of individuals that are in the room are also your staff, your advisors, who have helped support you throughout your journey. I would like to offer them a round of applause as well. Embry-Riddle is a longtime support of the military as a point of pride. In fact, Embry-Riddle is recognized as #1 in online programs by the Military Friendly Schools ranking. Many of the graduates here today are active duty or veterans. Will they and all members of the military and veterans who are here today please stand and be recognized? We would like to thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Please be seated. At this time, the faculty of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide are pleased to present the candidates for graduate degrees. As we announce our master's degree candidates, you will see that they are wearing hoods. Yesterday, during a special hooding ceremony, each graduate was hooded by their college dean, reflecting their status as a master's degree candidate. While all hoods have Embry-Riddle school colors of royal blue and gold, the color of the satin binding of the hoods are different. Each color distinguishes one college degree from another. The College of Arts and Sciences is represented by gold hoods. The College of Aviation is represented by silver hoods. Under the auspice of the College of Aviation, engineering is represented by the orange hoods. And the College of Business is represented by drab hoods. Several of our graduates will be wearing gold medallions. These master's degree candidates are graduating with distinction, as they have achieved a grade point average of 4.0 for the entirety of their program. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Alexander Schischlag, the Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences, to come to the podium.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Dr. Trett. It is my honor to present these candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences master's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Emergency Services, Mackenzie Lee O'Driscoll, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Human Factors, Nicholas Artiles. Leilani Camacho. Renee R. Robinson. Katrina Anastasia Solaro. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Human Security and Resilience. Angelia Kiever, with distinction. Chelsea Morgan C., with distinction. Kirsten Laurel C., with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Safety Management. Sandra Adu. Juan Garcia. Amanda Lee Wynn. Brian Pettit. This concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Bettina Marusek, Dean for the College of Aviation, to come to the podium.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the College of Aviation please rise? Dr. Watret, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Aviation master's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Aviation Cybersecurity. William Manning Adams III, with distinction. Anna Victoria Despinet. Aaron Michael Mason, with distinction. Hannah Marie Wood, with distinction. Ibrahim Worry, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Aviation Maintenance. Cynthia Lopez, with distinction. Adetiloye Samuel Ojobo, with distinction. Andy Pandu Samlal, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aeronautics. Afiz Adidayo Odishinon. Juan Carlos Aguilar. Natasha Blust. Carlos Roberto Moraga Carrillo, with distinction. Blandy Sachio Castro. Natapong Chaipong Pati, with distinction. Nicholas Allen DeLillo, with distinction. Courtney Elizabeth Douglas, with distinction. Bernard Brian James Duffy, with distinction. Harry Claudel Dumas, with distinction. Nahian Naveed Hawk. Fitzgerald Obiochefu Ihekwaba, with distinction. Sai Sriharsha Endurti, with distinction. Jabali Kandula. Enping Laurie Ku, with distinction. Nicholas A. Lecrae. Aaron Gabrielle Laney, with distinction. John Michael Marish, Jr. Darrell Tremone Marks. Shahid Dwayne Maturin, with distinction. Fanisara Miri Yakerd, with distinction. Favor Oluwa Damilare Obarewan, with distinction. Michael Allen Primer, with distinction. Ishwar Ramesh, with distinction. Arthi Sakthi Kalaselvi Sakthivel Murugan, with distinction. Samantha Madison Sayer, with distinction. Michael A. Cyan, with distinction. Dalton Smith. Jacob R. Stevens, with distinction. Willie Ray Taylor II. Clifton Jarrell Terrell, with distinction. Pascual Vargas, with distinction. Vladimir Voronov, with distinction. Oscar Zuniga Aronis, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aviation and Aerospace Sustainability. Jennifer Correa. Ray Lynn Lutters, with distinction. Andrews Kwaku Owusu. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aviation Safety. Hannah Ryan Ayers. Cassandra Marion Bernsketter. Haley Louise Smith Brown. Richard George Gordon. Scott Hunter Hansard, with distinction. Miriam Therese McMillan, with distinction. Adam Nelson Pedraza, with distinction. Dusty Austin Sanders. Tyler Ray Silva. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Space Systems. Nicole K. Collum. Lee Malone. Liesel Veronica Villamer. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Uncrewed and Autonomous Systems. Andrew Scott Babcock, with distinction. Oliver Clark. Monty Estienne Cooper, with distinction. David Paul Harvey, with distinction. Justin Matthew Kaziki, with distinction. Jimmy William Don Wiseman, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Unmanned Systems. Andre Darrell Gray. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Space Operations. Khalid Michael Alosi. Jose Arnoldo Arias. Allie Grace Bythel, with distinction. Layla Maria Garinser, with distinction. Severin Jersey Kaminsky. Him Lai, with distinction. Karen Lee Marzak. Krishan Narain, with distinction. Timothy Michael Quick, with distinction. John Kelly Killentang, with distinction. James Lindsay Scrine. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Darren Bibb. Gerardo Jesus Murillo. Alejandro Peña, with distinction. Manita Regmi. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Airworthiness Engineering. Andrew James Mitchell. Landon Christopher Nye. Derek Ray Rockamore. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Uncrewed and Autonomous Systems Engineering, Dominique Kershott, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Systems Engineering, Timo Bönke, with distinction. Ashlery Ann Boyer, with distinction. Noah Dan. Terry Davis, with distinction. Alethea H. Del Giorno. Kimberly Carolina Fuentes Lettinen, with distinction. Adam Gerald Hawkins. Danella Alessandra Mezzanotte, with distinction. Michael Thomas Pelletier, with distinction. Argenis Samboys. Sukhpal Singh Sembi, with distinction. Suhaib Taha Tawil. Bethany Wittig. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Systems Engineering, Brian Omar Diaz Alonso. This concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the College of Aviation.
At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Manish Sharma, the Dean for the College of Business, to come to the podium.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the College of Business please rise? Dr. Watret, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Business master's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation. Kinza Adrar. Chijioki Pascal Emmanuel Akpu, with distinction. Yakuba Balem. Sergio Isai Saron Uribe. Moritz Horst Konrads. Rolf James Duplon. Jessica Durand. Santiago Gomez Gomez. Rachel Dawn Hansard, with distinction. Samantha Nicole Hunsinger. Timothy Damilola Iella. Hallie Bennett Jenkins, with distinction. Jabril Kamara, with distinction. Morgan Kelly, with distinction. Troy Curtis Majeska. Jordan Ross McDaniel. Keith Moore. Alfagzer Nyagaka. Larry Stephen Reyes, with distinction. Sean Patrick Richardson. Cesar Xavier Rivera. Taylor Rose Rogers. Michael William Stormer. Jose Carlos Torre Ruano. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Engineering Management. Joseph Lamont Boone. Arthur Anthony Clay, Sr., with distinction. Zachary Cole Halterman. Tamara Ann Mitchell Beulah, with distinction. Mutiu Abulaje Oladele. Bradley Elliott Stevenson, with distinction. Amir Brian Wells. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Information Security and Assurance. Troy S. Bradley, with distinction. Giovanni Villegas. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Leadership. Jacqui Angela Banks. Ria Bovey, with distinction. William Robert Donofrio, with distinction. Michael David Garapi. Sabrina Ashley Lopez. Matthew Donald McGinnis. Ramil Menorah. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Alexis Renee Campbell, with distinction. Tamiko Green, with distinction. Philip Lucian Cotta. Tiffany Lee Limbaugh, with distinction. Wildasia Celine Persenti. Catherine Ann Rice, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Management. Emily Taylor Falk, with distinction. Anita Sarita Thomas, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Management Information Systems. Brandon David Boyer, with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Hain, with distinction. Julie Marietta Houtman, with distinction. Warren Tyler Lee, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Project Management. Asia Sierra Edmond, with distinction. Yvonne Louise Lawley. Brandy Nicole Maines. Naya Samuel McMillan. Mariah Talamantes. Carl Tomlinson. This concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the College of Business. This also concludes the presentation of master's degrees.
Congratulations to our master's degree candidates. Regarding the undergraduate degree candidates here today, you will notice that several of them are wearing honor cords. The significance of these cords are directly connected to the academic performance. Those graduates who are wearing white cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.50 and 3.69 and graduate cum laude with honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Those graduates who are wearing red cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.70 and 3.89 and graduate magna cum laude with great honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Those graduates who are wearing gold cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.90 and 4.0 and graduate summa cum laude with highest honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Dr. Shishlog, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences?
Will the bachelor's candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Dr. Bertrett, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences bachelor's degrees as recommended by faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Homeland Security. Joshua M. Baker. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies. Enoch Brewster Haas. Andrew Marie Polly Orcato. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Safety Management. Russell Lanier Crumley. Axel Yanil Moradal Barrios. Adrian Smith. Carolina T. Utreres de Sousa. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Dr. Marusek, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Aviation?
Will the candidates for bachelor and associate degrees from the College of Aviation please rise? Dr. Watret, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Aviation bachelor's and associate degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautics. Sama Badoui Abeltif. Muhammad Afiq Lukman bin Abdullah. Demi Adajube, cum laude. Maria Jose Aguirre Suleta, summa cum laude. Chelsea Georgia Ali. Rehab Ahmed Al-Sharafi. Tegvir Adnan, summa cum laude. Johnny Arbeles, summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Joao Valentino Arias Gomez, summa cum laude. Santiago Barrera Arango, summa cum laude. Estefano Andre Barron Jabbar, summa cum laude. Maximilian John Baus, magna cum laude. Nyanzima Valentin Bazi Ruaya. Itai Ben Yosef, summa cum laude. Juan Jose Bravo Velasquez. Marshall Dylan Brozak, summa cum laude. Daniel Joseph Bush. Nicholas Joseph Bussing. Luis Canapa Cano, magna cum laude. William Daniel Carter, magna cum laude. Juan Sabino Chavarria, Jr. Juan David Chemas Butrago, magna cum laude. Jason A. Chisholm. Emilio Cisneros Barrios. Jaden J. Coleman. Justin Tyler Countryman. Billy Kelly Crawford, Jr., cum laude. Brandon Corwin Creary, summa cum laude. Dravon Cunningham. Kyle Devonte Daly, cum laude. Jonathan DeCamp. Emmanuel Ronell Douglas. Roberto Jose Drummond Denise, summa cum laude. Malik Fahim Dumas. Taylor Rose Eason. Josti Javier Figueroa, cum laude. Giovanna Turler Finesca, magna cum laude. Jorge Franco Pan. William Clifford Bryan Fraser III, summa cum laude. Tomás Gallego Yepes Sr. Nicole Ariana Garcia, magna cum laude. Daniel Gay. Kenneth Llewellyn Golden Jr., magna cum laude. Ramon Anthony Golding, cum laude. Ibsam S. Gregory Rosado Sr., summa cum laude. Joel O. S. Haynes. Anthony Curtis Holloman. Roger Alex Horn. Robert Princeton Rojas Jeffries. Joel Alberto Jerez Hernandez Sr., magna cum laude. Kyle Alexander Jones, magna cum laude. Abdallah Saeed Kamil Sr., summa cum laude. Ahun Kapoor. Michael Kruppenbacher, summa cum laude. Kiran Kukreja, cum laude. Charles H. Lockhart III. Jorge Andres Lozano Andrade. Ashley D. Lynch. Joseph Andrews Monte, summa cum laude. Jacob Martin. Alexander D. Martinez, magna cum laude. Matthew Paul Martucci. Alberto Mata, summa cum laude. Casey Lynn McKnight. Kartikeyan Melatud Durgaprasad, magna cum laude. Ricardo Morales, magna cum laude. Mark Allen Mossholder, summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Christina Multani. Hector Manuel Navarro Gonzalez, summa cum laude. Troy Dwayne Nelson, Jr. Cody James Oakes, summa cum laude. Nicholas Santiago Ochoa Sabagal. Brenda Oliva Quesada, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Delta. Jesse J. O'Neill, magna cum laude. John W. Page. Luis Ezekiel Paulino, magna cum laude. David Wang Pei, magna cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Persacek, magna cum laude. Tengu Mas Zarif Raphael, magna cum laude. Daniel Felipe Rocha Villegas, magna cum laude. David Alberto Rodriguez Urena. Diana Estefania Rojas Ortiz, magna cum laude. Andrés Felipe Sarmiento Pelastegui. Joshua Allen Sarpu, cum laude. Syed Asim Shah, magna cum laude. Daniel Stone. Christopher Don Stover, summa cum laude. Oluwasemalore Shem Suleiman, summa cum laude. Aliyah Yasmin Teemer. Domain Emilio Thomas, magna cum laude. Tanner Alexander Thomas, cum laude. Aman Venkat Chandra Dirividi. Juan Camilo Trujillo Diaz, summa cum laude. William Fernando Usuga Vasquez, summa cum laude. Camilo Andres Vargas Camargo, magna cum laude. Veronica Vasquez, magna cum laude. Edwin S. Velez Perfecto, summa cum laude. Vishnu Venugopal. Kenneth Lee Walker, summa cum laude. Griffin Andrew Watkins. Michael Wiener, cum laude. Dishong, summa cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Maintenance. Daniel Alcuria, cum laude. Edsony Figueroa. Andre Sebastian Hen. Austin Lackey. Richard Allen Lee Jr., summa cum laude. Travis John Manning, magna cum laude. Gabriel Alejandro Tobar Garcia. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Pilot Operations. Luke Weston Basil. Camilo Echeverri Rincon. Preston Fischler. Jonah Edward Longo. Elijah Kean Nolan, magna cum laude. Carlos Alberto Rivera Solis, summa cum laude. Zihan Yu. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Unmanned Systems Applications. Calvin Tyler Gentry, magna cum laude. Ross Joseph Melquist. Gabriel Ortiz, magna cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Eric S. Shoeships. This begins the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Aeronautics. Madeline Burl. Una Rebecca Ann Jitko. William Paul Harden Johnson. Jorge Andres Raymond Lopez. Largo Suero. This begins the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Aviation Maintenance. Adrian Eureke Berth. Hong Yin Chan. Oluwatosin Onikonsolo Heaton. Joel Heslop. Samuel DeJuan Jenkins. Rafael Miranda Perez. This begins the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Uncrewed Systems. Alicia Angel Camarina Gilder. Michaela Lichian Alkema, summa cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Frederick Douglass Clayton, Jr., magna cum laude. Patrick J. Eckhern. Joshua Scott Huckstein, cum laude. Rebecca Hughes. Wilfred Mitchell Jolly, Jr. Nicholas James Littorello. Daniela Massner, magna cum laude. Michelle V. Torculas Mateo, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Saint-Hilaire. Ariel Cifuentes. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology, Campus Clairvoyant. Viniscus Calazans Moraes. This begins the candidates for Associate in Science and Engineering Fundamentals, Davian Jules. Roland Dwight Towner. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Aviation.
Dr. Sharma, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Business?
Will the candidates for bachelor's and associate's degrees from the College of Business please rise? Dr. Artrette. Dr. Artrette, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Business bachelor's and associate's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Business Administration. Daniel Belladron III. Ricardo Garcia, cum laude. Zachary William Ludwig. Alicia Meredith Manning, summa cum laude. Jamal Jatres Napier. Justin Renee Perez. Luis Javier Rodriguez, cum laude. Jacob James Sharp. Julie Marie Vasquez, magna cum laude. Storm Russell Walker, summa cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Analytics. William Taylor Moore, magna cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Davion J. Dale. Marlena Mary Dalton. Joel Brandt Dooley, magna cum laude. Brianna C. Folks. Cole Matthew Lamadou. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Project Management. Michael Anthony Bruno, summa cum laude. Nicholas Ray Durlacher. Shane Hunter, cum laude. Stephen Laverne Kemp, magna cum laude. Sergio James Pazulich. Newington Joshua Tama'ali'i, magna cum laude. Marcus Wayne Thomas, magna cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Technical Management. Ernesto R. Alfonso, summa cum laude. Arnolfo Arambolo, Jr. Omar T. Ashraf, cum laude. Ronald Jumalan Baker Intong. Anthony Jerome Conway, Jr., magna cum laude. Nathaniel Gregor Erickson, summa cum laude. Michelle M. Gathia Rowe. Pebbles Desiree Hecht. Terry M. Hilton, magna cum laude. Shawnee Lynn Shivers. Destiny Alicia Speed, summa cum laude. This begins the candidates for the Associate of Science in Aviation Business Administration. Donovan Zaire McCallum. This begins the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Lauren Robert Bailey. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Business. This also concludes the presentation of undergraduate degrees.
While we allow our final candidates to bask in the moment and find their way to the seats, oftentimes a ceremony like this doesn't get put together easily, and there are two individuals who typically do not get much recognition. But as my grandmother used to say, not today. I'd like a rounding applause for our two name readers, Sarah Herzenach and Meredy Gelati. They do something I promise you I could never do. So, graduates and family and guests, the moment we've all been waiting for has arrived. Dr. Wattritt, will you please join me at the podium? Will all the graduating candidates from the colleges please rise and remain standing? Dr. Wattritt, these candidates have completed all the requirements associated with their degree programs. With the recommendation of the faculty of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, I am pleased to present them to you for conferring of the degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, as appropriate, the Master of Science degree, the Master's degree, and the Bachelor of Science degree, and the Associate of Science degree, with all rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard, symbolizing your new status as a graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the alma mater by Miss Lindsay Kaminsky.
Eagles gather near, we lift our voices loud and clear, soaring high, O alma mater, threads of blue and gold. United we soar in vast open skies. Embry-Riddle we hail thee, great memories we'll hold. So here's to you, old ERAU, alma mater true. We pledge our love in harmony, our loyalty to you, singing thy praise, remembering the days, coast to coast around the world, our bond forever true, embracing our dreams with pride far and wide. Embry-Riddle we hail thee, great memories we'll hold. So here's to you, old ERAU, alma mater true. We pledge our love and harmony, our loyalty to you.
Thank you, Ms. Kaminsky. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted that all of you could be here today to share in this special occasion. Please remain standing for the closing benediction offered by Reverend Keck.
Graduates, General Hayden encouraged you to go fast and go with integrity. Apparently, integrity includes getting yelled at twice a day by a general and ignoring your daughter and son-in-law's advice about a commencement address. So those of you, but the courage of your conviction. That's very true. There you go. So those of you who are getting yelled at all the time and ignoring people's advice, you're off to a great start. Though I think good judgment probably fits in somewhere as well. Graduates, Chancellor Watret, wonderful words. He said, you are being entrusted with the legacy of Embry-Riddle. Your faculty have passed it on to you, and you know it is in your hands. It's a legacy of discovery and doing. It's in your hands. And you will meet people who will yell at you and give you bad advice, as General Hyten said. They'll say, we don't do that. That can't be done. So when some non-Embry-Riddle graduate tries to shoot down your really good idea, don't need to get angry when they say that's impossible. Just smile. Remember General Hyten's own words about his own career, how it was no way a non-pilot could become a general in the Air Force, or a 2-star, a 3-star, no way a 4-star. It's impossible, then it happened. It's impossible, then it happened. Those 5 words sum up why you're here. Both your own overcoming of your own challenges and struggles to graduate from the greatest aerospace university in the world, and the whole history of aviation itself, from the Wright brothers on. It's impossible, then it happened. That's the future that you're going to make. It's impossible, then it happened. So graduates, go with God's blessing. Go as God's blessing. Be ready for bad advice and some yelling and screaming, and make the impossible happen. And let all God's children say, Amen.
This concludes the commencement ceremony this afternoon. Family and friends, please be seated. We ask that you please remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and all graduates have exited. Thank you.
I'm not sure who this graduate is, but I'm sure she'll come back.